Hey everybody, hope you're all doing good. Yeah, so this is the part 4 video of painting up my my Hadross, and yeah, you're gonna get to see all of them together, all the Hadross that I have, all based up and everything. So it's not gonna be a long video. I'm gonna do some basing, and there was some stuffs like these guys. You know, they're all obviously like kind of nautical sea themed, and I was thinking about like painting up like some sphagnum moss to make it look like coral, or like sprinkling sand all over everything, but I kind of toned it down a little bit, just went like simple, but they look really good. Like, I'm really happy with them. And then, you know, sometimes less is more. So, but yeah, anyways, we'll get on with painting. So first up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some Vallejo Model Air, dark brown, and then a black game ink. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't want this pass to be opaque. I want it to be just kind of transparent, and I want it to flow into the cracks and stuff of the cork and like foam core and sand and stuff that I made these bases out of. So yeah, mixing them together is going to make a nice dark tone that I can just sort of wash into everything and get some, add some contrast as a base coat, a nice dark base coat to work from. And you know, when you're doing stuff like this, like when you want those natural shadows, it's kind of important to work from dark to light. You want to put in your darkest colors first, and then put in your lightest colors very last. And now, after I've got some nice dark general kind of color to work from on the bases, I'm going to use some pan pastels. And pan pastels are just pigments in a pan. And I think this is a burnt umber, which is just a natural kind of earth tone. I mean, it's literally the pigments, they dig them out of the ground and then they burn them. And that's how you get burnt umber, the color. So it's a very natural earth tone, and it makes nice looking dirt. And then I'm gonna come in after that, and I'm gonna go over the rocks with a gray color. But you don't need to get like big pans of pan pastels like this to do weathering with weathering pigments. Like, you can get little like makeup compact things of weathering pigments from the hobby shop. It's just that I've had these since art school, and this is the best use that I've found for them yet. I had to buy them for a class. Now I'm going to start doing a little bit of dry brushing with actual paint. So this color is just, it's a Citadel color. It's a very old paint. It's called Deneb Stone. I've looked for it. I don't think that they even make this color anymore, but I just kind of like it as like a stone kind of highlight. And so yeah, I'm just going to do some dry brushing with it. But remember, like, when you do dry brushing, you want to put less and less on as you go. By the time that you get to your top layer of dry brushing highlights, you want those colors to just be like just the teeniest, tiniest little highlights. So work from light to dark, and then put on your very lightest colors last. And then by the time that you're doing your lightest colors, you barely want to be putting any paint or whatever on the model at all. But this is just going to pick out all of those little details, those little ridges and stuff, and it's really going to make things pop out, and just, you know, put that last little layer on there to make things pop. Now I'm going to do some flocking, and I'm going to use some clear Elmer's school glue. And the reason why I like this stuff is because it dries completely clear, non-gloss, and flat. So it runs into the cracks, and then it dries just completely non-gloss. I mean, the stuff that I'm gonna stick to it, the kind of flocking stuff that I'm gonna use is gonna cover that up. But like, if you put a very thin layer of this stuff down and then you just kind of put it over your model and then you sprinkle whatever kind of flock that you want on there, it will dry clear and non-gloss and run into all the cracks and stuff, which is nice. But I'm trying to go around on the model and then put in glue into little spots where I want my foliage to kind of collect. So like in my mind, I'm picturing where like little grass seeds or whatever would blow in and then collect in a little crack, and then I'm gonna sprinkle the static grass into those little crevices. And then after I'm done, I'll just turn them over and tap on the base. But I'm not sure I don't think that I do this right. I think that, so I always do this, I always paint the bases black after I flock. And I think that I should actually be painting the bases first and then flocking last, because it seems like I always get a little bit of static grass into the black paint when I repaint the rim of the bases. So, not a big deal, but learn from my mistakes, newbie mistake. So you can see after the glue has dried, it's invisible. You can't see it. You can't see any shine. You can't see any trace of it, which is why I like it for flocking. And now I'm gonna come in with some P3 Thamar black, and this is just a black that I like, and it's just really nice and matte and opaque, and it has really good coverage, and I'm gonna use a flat that is not crapped out. I have plenty of flats that are like crapped out and frayed and stuff that I use for dry brushing, and then I have flats that I like to use for things like that, for doing bases. So yeah, I'm just going to put this guy down on my little piece of MDF and go around the base and just kind of turn it and let the turning of the base do the work, instead of like eyeballing it and getting up really close and making sure that I'm painting it right. You see me just pull like a little bit of static grass out of the paint. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that I should be actually flocking last, which is, I'm gonna learn my lesson someday. And here we go. Here's all of my Hadross together, all of the painted ones at least. Stuff that isn't sitting in the pile of shame. Yeah, I mean, I guess it took quarantine for me to like bulldoze through these guys, but they are some pretty awesome models. And yeah, I'm sad that Wrath of Kings is gone. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I wish that I could still find on like eBay and Miniature Market and stuff like that. But I love these guys, and I really like how they look together, all together with all their bases. There's one that I painted a long time ago that you can probably spot, and then the other ones, they all have the same kind of basing theme, like going with them together. But I'm going to be painting up more Wrath of King stuff, and so thanks for watching, and welcome all my new subscribers, and take care of yourselves, you guys. I'll see you next time.